Hey guys, this is Veltycia and welcome back to my channel. You're watching Confession Sunday, where today we are going to talk about long distance relationships. This video was much requested by Nikita and my friend Stella. I'm so sorry both of you girls because you've been requesting me this video for almost like 3 weeks now, and yes, I finally did a video on long distance relationship. Now I have been in a long distance relationship before and I'm in a position to explain long distance relationships, how it don't work out and how you can make it work, since I have been into one and mine did not work, by the way. So yeah, basically there are two things that can happen in a long distance relationship. One, and this is the happy things that happen. So one, when you're in a long distance relationship, either you're going to fall more in love. That is what's going to happen because you're longing for that person. And when you have a person who is equally longing for you, you are going to fall more in love, deeper and deeper each day, irrespective of the distance that you have between you guys. And the second thing that is going to happen, even if one person is longing for the other and the other person does not put enough efforts, that relationship will drain. So it is not the distance that matter in the relationship. It is that longingness. It is the love. It is how much you want to be with that person, how much efforts you put in that relationship for that relationship to work. That is what matters. So basically, distance does not matter when you are in love with that person. So when you say relationships and long distance, basically you need to understand a lot of things, because being in a long distance relationship is no joke. There are a lot of efforts that need to be put. There are a lot of, understanding that you need to have, because you can't meet the person every day. Even if you see the person on a video call, you can't feel the person, you can't meet the person. So the efforts increases. At the same time, your mind equally plays enough games. So obviously, you need to put a lot of efforts in that relationship. For example, girls are quite moody. I am too. So girls are quite moody. We have our days when we are very moody. We might just call up our guys who are, in a very abroad country than us, and might just be like very moody, being very fussy and then stuff like that. Now we don't know what the other person is going through. Maybe he's just having a bad day and we are trying to be all moody and fussy and trying to, making that person talk, and the other person on the other end is not, coping up with our mood swings. What do we get? Pissed. And that is what exactly happens. So one biggest tip in a long distance relationship is, before you put yourself in front of that person, before you remove your tantrums out, before you remove your frustrations, your mood swings out on that person, I know everybody wants to get these things out with the loved ones, but before you even do that, make sure you ask your loved ones, how is his day going or how is her day going, and what are the struggles or what are the things that that person is facing. If you ask this question first, how was your day? And that person says, oh, my day was quite good. Okay, then maybe that person is in a quite position to understand your struggles. But if that person says, no, my day was really bad today, I had a very bad day at college, I had a very bad day at work, you very well know that that person already is going on with his or her mind struggles and wouldn't be able to deal with yours. So maybe you need to give that person a time to come down a bit and then get up your things. And this should come from both the sides, okay? I'm not saying that you guys should not tell each other. You should. Communication is a base when it comes to any long distance relationship, or whether it is in any relationship. Communication is the base. You need to communicate your heart out. You need to talk to that person, express your feelings, let that person know. That the other person cannot just sit and wonder what's happening in your mind, or wonder what is your mind wondering, or what struggles you're going through. No, you need to talk to that person, but yes, looking at the right time. So first is very good communication, considering the situation and the facts and the mood and all that thing of that person. The second thing that is really important is understanding that person. Now, there are times that, people just want to be understood and not trying to understand the other person. When it comes to long distance relationship, there has to be almost 2 to 3 times more understanding, because you can't physically meet that person and talk about the problems. So you need to analyze the problem or what the other person is going, and understand the other person more, rather than expecting the other person to understand you. So it is more of an understanding towards the other person rather than wanting to be understood. So first is communication, the second is understanding. The third and the most important, without which any long distance relationship would just vanish, is trust. I would say, if you are in a relationship with a person you don't trust, you might as well not want to be in a relationship with that person, whether it is a long distance relationship or whether it is a short distance relationship, doesn't matter. But when you are having a long distance relationship, you need to have a thorough trust on that person, because obviously you can't meet that person, you don't know what that person is doing. So instead of wondering where that person is or what is that person doing, you should rather be knowing what that person is doing. For example, the boy is talking to the girl who is in a long distance relationship with her and asking her, "Oh, where were you today? I've been trying to call you. Where were you today?" It's okay to ask this type of questions, okay? Because even you want to know what the other person is doing. But for example, if the boy says, "Oh, did you go out today? You haven't even been talking to me. What happened? You went out with your friends?" This is like you're making an obvious statement that you did not call me because you went out with your friends. Although this is not a way you ask, it kind of shows that you have a lot of doubts, okay? Being in love, being in a long distance relationship, trying to make things work is never a wrong thing. But doubt is the biggest thing that ruins any type of relationships. If you don't know the person well, if you don't trust the person well, if you're having communication issues with that person, might as well you don't want to get into a relationship with that person, because without love, without trust, without communication, without understanding that person, you cannot enter into any relationship, especially if it is a long distance relationship. So yes, if you are in a long distance relationship, I know how it feels, because you long for that person, you want to talk to that person. It is not the distance that kill a relationship, but doubt does. And this is exactly what it is. When today I'm talking about long distance relationship, I would really want to share with you guys one cute little thing that my parents did. Back in the years, like in probably 5 years back, when my dad was sailing and my mom used to be here, there was no WhatsApp, there was no IMO, there was no this type of shit. So my mom had to write emails to my dad every day. And we had a computer wherein she used to tell me, check if Dada's email is come. So I could see, and my dad would generally call in like 2 to 3 months, because when he was sailing, he couldn't call every month and every day like that. So my mom used to get so happy to read that email that she was typing to my dad. And I could see that happiness, I could see that longingness to hear from my dad. And that is exactly what I said in the video before. It is the longingness, it is how much you want to hear from that person, it is how much you want to be with that person. Little things make us happy. Getting one call from your loved one makes you happy. There are times that, we are happy. There are times that we are sad. It is all a part of life, and it has nothing to do with your long distance relationships. Your relationship is much more than the distance that you go through. It is not the distance that should drain your relationship. It is your feelings. It is your power of understanding. It is the love that needs to be grown every day. So if you want your relationship, a long distance relationship, to work, then you need to give it a lot of love. You need to give it a lot of time. You need to understand each other way too much than you are understood. And most importantly, you need to trust that person and know what that person is doing even before a tiny weeny doubt hits your mind. Don't let doubts kind of enter your mind and drain out your love for that person. You need to talk to that person in order to make your relationship going and growing every day. We fall in love every day. We get angry million of times. Our feelings play a lot with our mind. But if you really want to be with that person, if you really know that that person is right for you, give it time, give it understanding, give it all your trust. When you love somebody, it is not out of expectation. If you love somebody and you expect that person to equally love you, you're not loving that person with your whole heart, but you're loving that person out of expecting and gaining the same love back. So when you love somebody, love them with all your heart. If it is meant to be, it will always be. If it is not, it never wasn't. So guys, this is all for the day. This is Veltycia signing off. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then please make sure you subscribe to my channel. There's a subscribe button down there, so please subscribe to my channel. If you like these videos and the videos that I make, then please give my videos a big fat thumbs up. All my links to my social medias are down in the description below, and my email IDs as well. You can write to me and message me on my socials. And here, this is the previous video. Subscribe to my channel and stay happy, okay? Stay happy. Being happy is what is more important. So until my next video, bye.